So for those that have been here before, I like to share golden nuggets as I've seen them. As I'm the host, I get to make them up, and if you disagree with them, that's okay. We're still going to have the golden nuggets. But I just want to share a story before I get started. So when I graduated from CU Boulder, before I was getting ready to hopefully leave for the Peace Corps, I was in upstate New York in my father's residential real estate firm. And my first client was this couple from the city. And on the weekends, they would drive out in the car, and there's always this individual in the back of the car. And I never got to meet the individual for a long time. And so finally I asked them, who was the person in the back of the car? And they kept looking for a house that would be quiet, hopefully something that was kind of pastoral in the countryside. They had worked their whole life in the city, trying to save up enough money. And the person in the back of their car was their son, who had Down syndrome. And they were trying to save up enough money so that they could bring their son to the countryside and enjoy life with him. And it really touched me, and that was my first sale of a home and being involved in real estate, and I'll always remember it, just helping them to fulfill their dream of taking care of their son. And until you've been in that position where you have someone and you love them so much and you want to create a great environment for them, I just think you don't really have a true understanding. And so I just want to acknowledge Lloyd. You know, things happen to all of us at the end of the day. And what some people may look at as a challenge, Lloyd said, you know what? He took that doctor out of the room, wasn't going to let him back in that room. And since then, he's had a great blessing and impact on many others. And so I just want to encourage all of you, whatever you're going through, because we're all going through something right now, how can you turn that into a positive thing to bless and impact others? And so I just want to acknowledge him for that. So, golden nuggets. Number one, the better the business we run, the more earnings we get, the more we can fund the chapters. Think about your own businesses and what you're involved in, and insert whatever that word is for you. It might be chapters, it might be the homeless, it might be people with cancer, whatever it is. Think of your business and your profession as an opportunity to create value and impact for others. I really truly believe we can all give of our time, our talent, of our treasure. And so figure out how you can get on the field and make a positive impact. Number two, what we can learn from Ryan. If someone doesn't say they are doing great, hug them until they do, right? I love that one. And so in your own life, if you meet someone and they're having a tough day, hug them. Now, there may be some laws against that, so maybe not physically hug them, but hug them emotionally, whatever it might be. We need more people wrapping their arms around each other. Number three, when you work alongside someone with an intellectual disability, you realize that you are helping to benefit others and that having a job is a good thing. How many of you in this room today feel that you have the best job right now and you're happy to show up to that job every day? Yeah, okay, there's a few. The overachievers in the room, whatever, okay? But seriously, I mean, there's a blessing in work. And to take perspective in that you could have the alternative where you don't have a job or an opportunity to have a job. And 80% of your fellow citizens don't have a job. Pretty interesting. Number four, Kennedy is the light of my life. He is my inspiration. He is my reason for living. So for those of us that have kids in the room, and if you have multiple kids, you can't pick one. You can't just say that individual because it makes you look bad for the other kids that you have. But what is your reason for living? What is your inspiration? Is that a person? Is it a thing? Is it your faith? Whatever it is, but make sure you understand what it is, because I really do believe that gives you a lot of drive in life. And Heather, thank you so much for coming. I just love your attitude and your positive demeanor. You're just awesome. And hopefully I'll see you out there at that store. But Heather should be an encouragement to all of us in this room. Having a stroke at 3 years of age. Let that sink in for a moment. Having Turner syndrome. But Heather has 40 degrees. Are you kidding me? I mean, let's give her a round of applause. She is an actress. She is a singer. She loves to spend money, which is great. Don't we all do that, right? But she's happily employed and excited to greet people with a smile. And I just love that about you. So you deserve another round of applause. Okay. And I love what Heather said. So these quotes now are going to you. We're going to go away from Lloyd because you get credit too. All people with disabilities love to work. And I love this one, and really let this one sink in. And should be treated as all other people like to be treated. How many segments in society are people, separating others and demeaning them or whatever? You know what? It's the human condition. We all have hopes. We all have dreams. We all should be treated with love and respect. And I encourage you to look at those different communities all across and figure out how you can have an impact with them. And then what Lloyd said at the end with regards to his son, I want him to reach whatever his potential may be. That's the key, his potential may be. There are a lot of ways we each can contribute. Sometimes as parents or as employers, as friends, we have these higher standards, right? And we expect people to meet our standards. We got to meet them where they are and realize that every single person can be a blessing and can have a positive impact. So again, thank you for both of you and being with us tonight.